QSC, what's going on? What's going on? Actually, you know what? Real quick. So we just finished a video about 2 minutes ago, and this fine gentleman right here came. He saw us, and he knew he wanted to get in front of the camera. But guess what? I told you we got legends in the building, and guess what? We got one right here. As soon as I put that camera down, it came right in. So you want to introduce yourself to the people right here if they don't know you?
How you doing? My name is Dr. L. David Stewart. To the community, I'm known as Nizam, founder of Suicide Kings, president of Black Rollerskating Federation.
Got you. So real quick, since this is my first real guest, this is our first real guest, excuse me, we're going to ask you the best questions to the first guest. Okay?
Sure.
So once you unlock this real quick, I can go ahead and get this going.
All right, no problem.
So these are a little hard. So to me, I answer kind of authentic. So don't put anything, you know what I'm saying? As long as I ain't cussing there, you know what I'm saying? But
all right.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Be honest with you. So a few questions I like to start with is COVID. So during COVID, it happened like 2020, 2019, in the community, there was a lot of people that couldn't go to skating. So a lot of times they went to like the parks were not, kitchens, basements were not. So do you feel like since COVID, has skating started to come back from that before COVID? So do you feel like it's growing? It's kind of like, what's your opinion about that per se?
COVID is a blessing and a curse.
Okay.
Because of COVID, more people got into skating, which is a good thing.
Okay.
I think some people feel, I'm not one of them, but some people feel that skating has become appropriated because of COVID by people that they feel are not of the culture. My personal feel that is the more people skate, the more the skating rinks stay open, the more opportunities come from it. So it is a blessing and a curse. But I mean, a lot of people could not skate, and people got creative on how to skate. So it was a good thing overall to me.
Okay. Now, do you feel like that's because of social media? Because we're at home all the time, we're on the phone, we have nothing to do. Do you feel like social media kind of, helped that because of that?
Again, a double-edged sword. So social media allows people to see it, but the thing is, without context, people are experts of a culture that they don't know about. So as I tell people, in the case of JB is a great example. There's a lot of people that have seen people on video, like myself and others, but I highly recommend you go to the city from where the culture comes from so you can see it real time. So often what happens in my observation is people come to Chicago and they'll see it differently from the video, maybe slower or things like that. So it's good for social media because it has expanded skating, but it can be bad if you don't find out the proper context of the culture that you're trying to be a part of.
So you tell me it could be a curse in a way, like you said earlier.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Natalia, what you think? What do you want to ask? It's good. It's good.
All right. When it comes to fear, what would you tell somebody who just started skating? So how would they overcome the fear? How to overcome the fear of skating?
Well, the hardest thing about skating is everybody, when they start, they fear falling. So, because you fear the worst, and no one likes to fall. It's a psychological thing. So the first thing I tell people to do is fall. Hit the ground. The ground's going to be there. You will live. You may get hurt, but you'll live. It's kind of metaphor for life.
Right.
So you face the fear by going at it. You may get hurt, you may not, but don't let it stop you. It even impacts great skaters because after a while you don't fall, so you stop trying because you don't want to take risks. But falling in skating is a metaphor for falling in life. If you fall fast and get up and learn again and try it till you get it.
Okay, that was very insightful. I like that. Okay. Let me ask another one. What is your favorite night to skate?
I don't have a favorite night. I just skate when I can. For context, though, I've been skating over 35 years.
Okay.
So my former favorite night was this night on Sunday night at 87th at the rink. I've been skating here since 89. I stopped, moved, came back in 03. And back then, Sunday nights used to look like Independence Row. So it's a sentimental thing at this session for me. It's where my crew, Suicide Kings, really kind of cut our teeth and got known at.
Okay. That's interesting. I like that. All right. Did you have... Okay. What's one thing that you would like to see back in the skating community that might have left?
One?
Maybe if you have more.
Honestly, one, I would say just camaraderie.
Okay.
Everything doesn't need to be a competition.
Okay.
So you got so many people competing to teach, competing to skate, competing to say their best. Like at the end of the day, skating is a first world thing, right? We're not curing COVID cancer. We're not curing the economy. We literally get on a wooden floor to skate counterclockwise to music. Enjoy it. There are some people that don't get to do it. It's a fun thing. And competition is native in our culture, but we got to get back to just having fun and just showing love in general. It's not to say it doesn't exist, but right now everything is, I want to step over you to get the next opportunity, and it shouldn't be that way.
Right. Okay. That's good, because I was going to ask something about the competition thing, too. You feel like there's more competition? Or
You know what's so funny? That was a question that she had, and I thought you read her mind. So, so I want to ask this question to you.
Okay.
She had this question. I thought it was a good question, probably the best question. Me, I used to be a former teacher back 2 years ago, whatnot. So as an educator, I feel like you have a lot of, skating has a lot of effect on the youth, whatnot. So backpacking. Yeah, see, you see that? So
Okay.
when you see backpacking and family sessions, so we've seen it on Friday night sessions here.
Okay.
So what's your response? Okay, like you do something like, wait, what's in your head? What's going on in your head? We see a grown person, kids, whatnot, whatever, backpack in front of underage kids. What do you feel about that?
Well, I don't believe in policing how people skate, but I also would like to assume people have common sense. I think backpacking is beautiful. I think it's a very intimate form of skating.
It is.
But I think we got to be aware of what we do in front of kids. I myself am an educator. I'm a college professor, so I share similar awareness. I think a lot of times people think, well, we can do whatever and it won't have no impact. My thing is, if it's a group of kids, I wouldn't want anyone to be overly sexual in front of them. That's me personally. I mean, the music will do enough.
Right.
So my thing is, if you're backpacking, that's fine, long as it's not overly sexually suggestive. Because my point would then be, what if that was your son, your daughter, your nephew, your niece, a young kid, and skating is very influential, right?
Right.
Because people are on the internet and they're watching what we're doing. So when people watch certain cities or certain things, non-skaters think that's all we do. So again, it contributes to the narrative. So I would ask people, just be mindful of what you do, have fun, do you. But again, if you're at a family session, you should be aware of that. But that's also incumbent on two other entities. One, the DJ should be aware of the music that he or she is playing. Number two, the videographer should be very aware of what they're capturing, because videographers control the narrative that which we see.
Yeah.
So if you're constantly recording hypersexualized content and showing it to non-skaters, sex sells, but at a cost.
Right.
So it's kind of complex of all the players involved.
And it's crazy that you said, because I agree 100%. I mean, I feel like as a skater, I've been skating for a little minute now, but being behind the camera, you see it from a different perspective. And because of that, you're able to, like you said, create the narrative. I have the power to make you look way better than what you look in real time, because what happens is I get to edit, I get to cut, I can speed up, slow down, so I can make you look way better than that. And because of that, I had a control of that too. So the influence I have is astronomical. So because of that, these kids see that too, and they know what's on social media, like live pages and whatnot. I've seen it on live pages. To me, like you said, sex does sell, but I have morals. I have nieces and nephews. I have kids that come to a rink. My page is small, but it's powerful too. These kids come to me almost every day on my page. Hey, Robert, you get a video, this and that. So they're watching. So imagine them seeing grown folks doing that all the time. It's like, man, I might see them on that next Friday session doing the same thing. I'm like, whoa, I don't do that. And I pay bills. I got a crib. So what you doing that for? So that's all I got to say. You want to say something about that too? You got something to say about that? Well, I mean, that's how I feel about it. So these are the little questions we got for you. Like I said, you answered the one about the competition. If you want to elaborate on that competition a bit more, I know you kind of went about it.
Sure. So I think competition is a good thing. It makes people better, but like everything, in moderation. So what happens is people get so competitive of, I want to be the best skater. And again, it's because of social media, because of the social capital that comes with. So people battle so they can be seen. That's cool, but don't forget your why. And then what happens is when people become overly competitive, they forget to have fun. So it's like, I want to beat you, or I see your video got likes, so because you're a popular skater, I want to battle you. That means nothing.
Right.
At the end of the day, we're all skaters. It doesn't matter if you're skating 1 year, 35.
Right.
So I've been blessed to see the evolution of skating. So I try to tell people it's okay for iron to sharpen iron, but just know when to and when not to. And it's okay to learn. Like I've been skating for years, and I learn from everybody. So I think again, it's kind of checking your ego at the door, and it's like, wow, she's dope, he's dope. That's okay. Like I don't feel like I gotta go against everybody. But again, like right now, it's because of social media and other factors in the community. There's an over competitiveness that needs to calm down. And then right now, we've had great things like the Super Bowl, where we had skaters. In fact, one of the skaters is here tonight, who is a native of Chicago, and that's beautiful. She's out there right now. And the thing is, I don't compete with fellow skaters, and my thing is, what you're good at, I may not be, and that's a win for the culture, a true win for the culture. Because a lot of people say, I'm doing X for the culture, I'm competing for the culture, and it's really for themselves. And that's okay. But again, be honest with yourself. And if you're competing, compete for you. Compete to be better. My thing is compete with the person in the mirror, not with who got most likes or this, that, and the third, because today's legend is tomorrow's retiree.
Right.
And I mean, no one's promised tomorrow. So learn and have fun. That's my philosophy.
Okay. So kind of going off what you said, I like what you said. I'm going to ask you this too. So with competition, and they say it does help it make us better, which is to a different level. Did you feel like certain areas, like let's say I go to a Houston, Atlanta, I don't know, South Carolina, somewhere, maybe in LA, you feel like more people are more competitive in different areas, like, you know, down south, or west, east coast? Because I feel like, to me personally, I feel like, this is just my opinion, there is a lot of politics and egos and terms of competition too. Just good competition, like, okay, I want to compete with you to make you better. There's also negative too, like, okay, I want to compete no matter what. You know, I want to take your butt up. You know, like, you know, not help you out, just you know, try to press you. So, what do you feel about that per se?
I think every location has its own culture, so you have its own version of that. Being born and raised in Chicago, I've lived some places, I've traveled and skated other places. This conversation is repetitive everywhere, so it's just context. That said, Chicago has its own grit to it, because everybody in Chicago kind of has a chip on their shoulder. JV culture has its own grit for its own reasons. But I tell people, when you go to other places, you're a guest in their house. You know, as a JV skater, if I go to the DMV area where Snap is, if I go to Atlanta where they do what they do, you know, my thing is I observe and watch their culture, because they don't do what we do. Right. And the same thing when you come here, you're a guest in our house.
Right.
And part of that is welcoming people that, hey, you know, just because you skate with different wheels or do a different style, at the end of the day, we're all united by the fact that we're on 8 wheels and a wood floor. So I try to keep that perspective. And I think when you go other places, go be a fan. A lot of JV skaters at first are very uncomfortable when they skate somewhere else, because it's like they don't skate to our music. They don't do what we do. Yeah. Well, the thing is, they look at you the same way, right? Yeah. So just take it in. And like I said, I've been there. First time I traveled out of Chicago, I was like, what are y'all doing? But the more I traveled, I was like, wow, that's dope. Don't knock it. Because people laugh at it, and I'll be like, then you try to do it. People say the same about JB. It's like, oh, it's just footwork. And then they try it, and they go, oh, it's more to it. Yeah. So again, this is what we call a culture. It's different components of the culture. It's like hip-hop, right? You got West Coast rap, you got New York, you got South, you got Midwest. It's all the same. It's just different the way it's exposed. That's all.
Okay. Last question. I like this. So we talk about JB and Snap and all these other cultures, whatnot. So what do you feel like the one style in skating has the biggest influence? JB, you know, Atlanta or here and there. Like, what do you feel like has the biggest influence?
There's no one style that has influence. Everything goes in cycles, right? Okay. So if you travel to national parties, like up top as they call it, or skating a house, New Jersey and New York, may be popular for a while. Then it may be JB for a while. Like right now, to the point with regards to other styles, everything evolves. So, like, especially popularity is very dangerous, because what's popular on one social media may not be popular on another. And you got to just kind of travel around. So no one style is dominant. It's roller skating, right? So if you've never lived in Chicago, JB may be foreign to you. If you've never traveled and seen what they do in Cali and how they roll with Stacy's, that's foreign to you. So no one style is ever dominant. It's just a matter of what you're exposed to.
I'm speechless when I feel like he said everything I want to say. I mean, he's reading my mind right now. I don't know what to say. This has been an honor. Latanya, what you think? How you feeling? So we have more content coming. This is one of main legends, whatnot. He always told you a snippet of what's going to come, whatnot. We're going to bring him back. We're going to have better equipment, possibly with headphones, whatnot, because there's a lot of noise going on. You have noise cancellation, but guess what? It's a journey, whatnot. So we're glad to have you guys. We had a very special guest. We appreciate you. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe. You guys, anything you want to say?
Thank you for interviewing with us. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, we'll see you another night.
Please. We out.